This is your boy Wired Up and your boy Top Weight Hour with a Wired Up TV interview with Freeway Ricky Ross, and he has a special message and a special gift from him to you and from us to you.
Everybody on the show going in and buy one of them books.
For sure, man. You can tell them where you can get it again, brother, if you like. For those that didn't hear it.
Yeah. Y'all can go to my website, FreewayRickyRoss.com. The book is there. It's available. And if you order right now, you know what? Any female that order a book and they say they heard about it on your show, I'm going to give them a free T-shirt. How about that?
Ooh, y'all heard it.
Ooh, yeah.
If they order before next Wednesday, I'm going to throw in a free T-shirt for anybody that order a book and say they heard about it on your site. They got a free T-shirt coming. That's what I'm going to do.
Y'all heard it. And now, on with the interview. Ricky Ross, Part 2. You got any questions, Todd?
Huh?
You got any questions, Todd?
Yeah, so I was watching one of your interviews. You talked a little bit about it. You didn't go too deep into it, but you talked about how the government was kind of involved in the drug trade, bringing that in. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Say that again. I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, you talked in an interview a little bit about how the government was involved quite a bit back then in bringing drugs into the country. Like they take a plane down.
You know, they was fighting a war over in Nicaragua, and they needed money because Congress had said that the U.S. was no longer going to be involved in that war, and they didn't want our military or the government to give them any money. So what they did is they needed a way that they could get the money that nobody could detect it. So what's the best way to get money if you need to finance something and you need to raise money and you don't want nobody to know that you raised the money? How do you do that?
Right.
You go to the drug market. You get black market money where nobody knows about it. Nobody knows how much you made. So that's what our government did. They took their own process that they know that other criminals use because they had prosecuted so many criminals for doing it, and then they did the same thing.
Yeah, it's big business.
No, go back this way. Yep, that's what it is.
So since you got out, I saw you do a lot of youth monitoring, mentoring rather.
Yeah, well, I think it's important that we share our knowledge that we have with the youth, so that they can have a jump start on where we was, so they don't have to go through the same mistakes we went through. And that's one of the reasons I wrote my book, is so that young people could get it and read it and see where I was, and instead of starting from scratch, they can start right there where I am.
Right. So are you talking about 21 Keys to Success?
Yeah, 21 Keys to Success, but as well as my autobiography. Freeway Rick Ross Untold Autobiography is another one.
Right. So if our listeners want to check those out, what's the best way for them to get their hands on a copy of those?
They can get it at my website, FreewayRickyRoss.com. You can get it on Amazon, but I prefer that everybody go to my site and buy it. Also, they can see my new sweatshirts.
Oh, cool. So you got some apparel and shit too, huh?
Yeah, I got the apparel. I got the T-shirts.
Cool.
What else I got on my site? I think that's it. I also offer other people books too. I'm helping other people promote their books because I believe that it's very important that we support other people and not just look out for ourselves. So I have other people's books on there, and if there's other authors out there or artists or something like that there, you want to be down. They can go to my website as well, FreewayRickyRoss.com. All my contact information is on there. I'm just staying busy, man. I'm also in the cannabis industry now, the CBD business. I started a millionaires club where I'm going to teach 250 people how to become millionaires. I'm working on a movie. What else am I doing?
Oh yeah.
Man, I'm all over the place, man. I also give classes on people who want to be in the marijuana industry, how to get in, how to raise money. I redo credit.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Yeah, so, I'm all over the place.
Cool. So with your youth mentoring stuff, if you had to send a message out to our listeners and their kids, what would that message be?
Well, in this, I tell everybody the same message, that we must become critical thinkers. If you're not a critical thinker, then you're literally, slow down. You're literally letting other people guide you, and you're doing what other people want you to do. When you become a critical thinker, then you do what you think is best from your analysis and from your knowledge. But too often, we allow other people to think for us. Our government, our politicians, the police. I mean, everybody winds up setting the tone that we all live by, when it should be the other way around. It should be power to the people.
Right.
And not power to the power.
Right. The only other question that I had from me, Rick, is I watched an interview with you on another channel where you talked about, keeping drugs out of the country and how it was impossible, and you talked about the penitentiary. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Now say that again. Sending drugs out the country?
Well, drugs coming into the country, keeping them from coming in, and you were talking about the wall.
Impossible. Never will it ever happen. There'll never be a day until the people of the United States says we no longer want drugs. But as long as we say we'll pay top dollar for drugs, people are gonna bring them in. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. They're gonna come in. My first week at the penitentiary, they put me in what they call a hold for classification. And while I was in there, a guy OD'd. A guy that has no contact with other inmates was able to get drugs inside of a maximum security penitentiary, where the hold is what they call the penitentiary inside of the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to get into the penitentiary to get into the hole, which is another part of the penitentiary. So, to know that a guy OD'd there is definitely a sign that we can't keep drugs out of nowhere.
That's true.
And this place was called a New Rock.
Right.
You know what the old Rock was?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so this was the New Rock.
Oh, okay.
And it's supposed to be one of the most secure prisons in the country, but yet and still guys were ODing inside the hole.
Yeah, so you're speaking about Texarkana, right?
No, USP Lompoc.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that was supposed to be the New Rock, like what was that called? A Pelican? No, what is it called?
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz.
Yep.
There you go. Oh man, that's some funny stuff.
Did you read the article they did in LA Magazine when he describes Lompoc?
No.
Yeah, he described Lompoc in a LA Magazine article that he wrote about me, and he talked about his visit to Lompoc.
Oh wow!
You gotta read that article. He talks about writing my obituary.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Where can we find that article? In LA Times, you said?
It's in LA Magazine. LA Magazine.
Okay, so the LA Magazine.
Yeah, also I was featured in Esquire Magazine's 80th anniversary.
Yep.
Yeah, I was also featured in that. So I've been getting around, man.
That's a good thing though, my brother, and we're really glad to see that you're doing that, man.
For sure.
Y'all heard it, the Ricky Ross interview, part 2. Stay tuned. Next episode where he talks about Suge Knight, knowing Suge Knight, where he met Suge Knight, and Tupac. You guys go get your book at FREEWAYRickyRoss.com. Say you heard it on Wired Up TV. That's where you heard where to get the book, and you will get a free T-shirt. FREEWAYRickyRoss.com. Tell him you heard it on Wired Up TV that this is where you can get his book and receive a free T-shirt. Support Freeway Ricky Ross, supporting him and supporting Wired Up TV and the whole minority, white, everybody community that's part of this community, because we are all family, guys. Okay, FreewayRickyRoss.com. Tell them you heard it on Wired Up TV, and you get your free T-shirt, guys. Keep your head up. Keep doing your research. Stay tuned for part 3 of the interview. It keeps getting better, and always stay wired up, my people. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.